Trinidad and Tobago, the Caribbean, and the rest of the world. I am Lisa Graje, and this is the Lisa Talk Show. With me is my guest, Shamdeva Ganesh. Did I pronounce it properly?
That's good enough.
It's good. And Sham is a life coach. Sham, welcome to the Lisa Talk Show.
Thank you for having me.
How are you?
I'm doing good. Really happy to be here with you.
Thank you. So tell me what's going on. How things shaping up? How are you adjusting to this predicament, this COVID-19, that just take the world by storm?
Well, it's actually been very good for me,
Okay.
in all honesty, because apart from being a life coach, I also am involved in a company that does digital transformation. So COVID
Okay.
has really
Work out for
catalyzed a
you.
lot of stuff for
But I
us.
think with some people, break is during the course of the COVID. Some have bad experience, some have good experience,
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah.
But today we want to touch on a few things. And I am wondering why domestic violence is so much on the rise at this point in time. Is it worse because of the COVID? What is your opinion or your take on
Yeah.
this whole thing?
Well, domestic violence was on the rise even before COVID, but yes, because of COVID, there's been a spike. The World Health Organization has actually said that there's been an increase across the globe. Several countries are reporting spikes. And the reason for that is a lot of people don't realize that anytime you have emergency or crisis situations, violence against women in particular goes up. Yeah.
But is it because is it a fact that two people are married or living together, maybe common law marriage, whatever it may be, but these people have been living together for years, and I mean they have the little tweaking in and between, the little disagreement, but the thing is actually now people is actually home. So I mean, with husband, probably you don't know your wife bad habit. With woman, you know your man bad habit or your husband bad habit. So it's like a nerve thing. I wonder if that is one of the things that causing this.
But on a normal basis, that happens. I mean, in any relationship, it takes some time to get to know people. Sometimes people get into relationships too quick before they've had the opportunity to really assess what it is they want and to really understand the expectations of the other person, to know the idiosyncrasies of the other person. People really just get into relationships very quickly now and for a lot of wrong reasons. So, yes, that's part of it. Any relationship takes some working into as people get to know each other. What is happening right now, I think the biggest problem is that there is a general problem with people. There's people, not just in relationships, people across the board, understanding what they want, how to get it, you know. So that creates a lot of problems, you know. For instance, one of the big factors is women are getting into relationships with men for security as a means of, acquiring things that they want. Now, that is that's a challenge in itself because it means the motive for the relationship is wrong to begin with, and the chances are if the person who realizes that you are coming after me because of what you can get out of it, eventually that's going to sour.
But is it that we are going across the board with this? Because I mean, it have women is independent just as men. And then they're in a relationship because of I see this woman could help me, so I'm in this relationship.
That happens as well.
Not for the fix excuse, but but in this relationship because I think this person could carry me at this point.
Yes.
But does that work? The thing is, The thing is with me, I think you need to find a solution.
Mm-hmm.
You need to know what is the next step. You
Mm-hmm.
need to know what is the next thing. How do I move? How do I go about it?
Yeah.
Is it that women, you don't have the support? You know, sometimes the support of friends and family is a big, big, big thing.
Mm-hmm.
What would you what would you say? What would you tell the John public, that the viewing
Mm-hmm.
public? What is your input on these stuff?
Well, you said a whole lot of different things there. Um, Support system is one, but sometimes what I've found in domestic violence situations is people don't go to their support because they're
Okay.
afraid of repercussions. Very often, the people who can support understand that there's a risk attached to helping out in a situation. So it's never an easy solution. In other words, when you have to deal with the complications now of relationships, there's no easy solution because it's a very complex problem now
Yeah.
because of personality differences, because of inequities in the people in themselves getting into the relationships. It could be economic, it could be educational, it could be background, it could be religion, it could be a whole
Yeah.
lot of different things. So all of those things need to be taken into consideration. One of the things I encounter a lot as a life coach
Mm-hmm.
is that people have expectations, but they don't communicate those expectations.
Okay.
It's as though we expect each other to read our minds, you
Mm-hmm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
And when you get into a relationship with expectations in your mind,
Okay.
but you don't communicate that and you just expect the other person to know what you want, that's a recipe for serious problems.
Okay.
Yeah. Most relationships fail because of unmet expectations.
Yeah.
And the expectations are unmet because they were not discussed before getting into the relationship. It's like, I might want this from you, and I don't even communicate to you clearly
Yeah.
that
What
this
it
is what I
is.
expect. So, I just assume that you'll be able to give it because, we all gaga over each other, you
And
know?
and then that is the thing, as you was talking about, people not taking time to learn one another.
Yeah.
Because I mean, long time it had a lot of that where you actually, I think they call it courting, or
Courting. Yeah, yeah,
right,
yeah,
for a period
yeah,
of time.
yeah.
So I am saying 6 months down the
Yeah.
road, I wonder if I want to be with this
And not
person.
only that, you see, courting was not just a enterprise for the two people involved. Courting was very often a society event, a community event, or at the very least, a family event. So you didn't have to, it wasn't just courting the person, it's courting the family.
Well,
So a lot of
yes,
people had the
that is the
opportunity
thing
to
too. Yeah,
observe you and make the input. So it wasn't, if I'm courting you, I didn't just need your approval. I
you need
needed
the
your
family.
mother, father,
Yeah,
and
brother, sister,
everybody.
everybody. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So it was hard, it was tougher. But we are living in a time now where people are very fiercely independent, you know,
For real.
and you can't tell me what I want. If I want that man, I go and get him, regardless of what you say.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand?
But sometimes,
Sometimes it works out, huh? Don't get me wrong. Yeah.
yes, sometimes, sometimes it work out and
Yeah.
sometimes it don't.
Exactly.
Because
Yeah.
for me, I say, but I
Yeah.
should have listened to my parents
Yeah.
because they see beyond the things that we cannot
Yeah. Yeah.
even
Yeah. Yeah.
see and understand. But yet, because of women and we have so much of pride, or men, you
Yeah.
don't want to actually go to your family because I think the first thing they're going to say, I told you so.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's a
Yeah.
told you so thing.
Yeah.
So you is like, better I take this thing and
Yeah.
just,
The thing about
it's
it is, I
stifling.
always say it depends on how desperate your situation is. Regardless of pride or whatever, if you are drowning and you want somebody to rescue you, you don't care who it is rescuing you. We see some people don't realize how desperate their situation is. That's why a lot of the statistics that we have, with domestic violent murders
Yeah,
kind of thing is so high because sometimes people think they can handle it and they do not realize that they're in a situation that could escalate very, very quickly,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. And there's a lot of inability in people, generally speaking, to manage emotions now. You know, people are very driven by emotions. They're not letting their higher self control their emotions. And this is something that has to do with the whole personal development. Personal development is not a great part of our culture.
Yeah.
Um, so those things are big issues that need to be
What
addressed.
do you mean by personal development?
Um,
Explain that to me.
well, the idea that you have to keep growing, that you have to keep growing.
It's okay, yeah, to creep before you walk
Yeah, I know.
anyway.
But you have to keep growing as a person. Okay?
Yeah.
We limit personal growth in terms of different things. We think about schooling and that, you go primary, secondary, tertiary, and you think you stop learning.
Yeah.
A lot of people,
Yeah.
no, you never stop learning. You never stop growing as a person. You never stop increasing your knowledge and your skills. And one of the things I deal with as a life coach is life skills. And a
Yeah.
lot of people say, what's life skills? You will tell me how to live?
Yes.
Yes, because a lot of people don't know how to live. A lot of people don't know how to relate. They don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to appreciate other people because they're not appreciating themselves. A lot of people don't
Yeah.
understand how important things like values are to the quality of life that they have and the quality of the relationships. So personal development takes in all of that. And as a life coach, I'm finding that to be one of the greatest needs.
Personal
Yeah.
development. Okay. So if I personal development for me or the viewing public looking on is actually for me I will think finding myself. Am I right or am I wrong?
Yes, that's a great part of it is understanding who you are, what are your strengths. When somebody comes to me for personal development, I use a whole bunch of tools, well, not Hammond, that kind of
Yeah,
thing,
yeah,
but
yeah. Yeah.
different psychological tools where I help them to understand what are their strengths, what are their weaknesses, because we all don't have the same thing. We all
Yeah.
can't do the same thing, and the world would be a very boring place if we were all the same. But we need to appreciate the differences in people. And I need to, if I'm in a relationship with you, I need to understand that you're different to me.
Yeah.
I need to
Yeah.
understand your strengths, and weaknesses, and vice versa. So when you do things that I can't, or when you do things that I don't like, that's not a reason to have a fight. It's a reason to have a discussion.
Discussion, yeah. Yeah.
You know,
But what about people who can't have discussion?
everybody can
Is
have a
it
discussions, but can have discussions. The challenge is a lot of people haven't reached a point in their lives, or they haven't come up in that background where they can sit down and talk, where they're open to discussion. Some people think it's my way or no way.
yeah.
And
And I
if
know
you
a
think
few
like
people
that,
like that.
you'll live a very lonely life.
But okay, so Shamdeva, I am saying to you and for me, because I know personally I need to work on myself because of my past and the things that I've been through.
Mm.
How now I don't want to say it's a stupid question,
Mhm.
but how do I myself? How do I find myself? Is that a crazy question?
No, that I get that all the time. Um, it really depends on where you're at. My starting point when I'm dealing with somebody, I want to know, what's your pain? What is it that's worrying you the most in your life right now? Let's start there. Why? Because the chances are your highest emotional energy is going to be focused on that point. So I want to work from there. And
So
that's always the starting point. The other things we will get to based on that particular thing.
so if my starting point is trust.
Oh yeah, we could talk about that. We start talking about, well, I'll get all up inside your head, huh? But,
Okay.
but the thing is, I'm gonna start to find out what you believe trust is. What do you think is trust? Um,
What is trust to
well, you
you?
see, we're gonna start a whole session right here now. But
Well, remember I telling
yeah,
you I'm trying to find myself.
yeah, trust.
So,
Trust is the ability to have confidence in somebody else. That's trust, right?
but when you have been in past relationship
Yeah.
and you give it your all, your trust, getting confidence, and that relationship is under the rod, how do you move on it is harder. And somehow I believe, it's my belief, that I think it causing a lot of problems in relationship, especially as you
Yes.
said before,
Yes.
if you take your time to learn that person.
Right. Right.
So for me, myself now, if I'm going to get involved in a relationship
Yeah.
now, I prefer to have a friend before I have a lover.
Yeah.
Because I think that friend will know the in and the out of myself. I will know
Yes.
him. So
Yeah.
in that way, we learn in each other.
Yes.
I
No,
don't know if
you're
it's a
very
good
right.
concept, but
You're
for
very right.
me,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think going into a relationship, that is the way I want to
Yeah.
go.
Yeah.
The fact of these topics
Mm.
is actually helping women out there
Yeah.
to say, here what, I could take a big leap of faith and
Mm-hmm.
get out of this.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes it's not you alone. You
Right.
have kids, you have
Yes.
5 children, you don't have a stable
And you see,
income.
that's one
How
of the
you come out of
problems.
this?
That's one of the problems. You see, what happens, I mean, you're talking about trust, and, when you bring into that, what happens in with a lot of people is they want things to move too quick because of their needs. Yeah. So that is always a challenge. That's always a challenge. So I would say if you have to build trust, you have to build trust in stages
Okay.
with appropriate disclosures. Some people just want to tell everything the first time, what they want, and they want to have babies, and they want to have, no, a relationship has to go through stages, and you have to be patient enough to let it happen.
So I am saying, okay, I'm getting involved with Sham,
Mm-hmm.
but I have 3 kids.
Mm-hmm.
That is not from previous relationships, so marriage.
Mm-hmm.
And I just want to touch on this a bit
Mm-hmm.
because we ask people to actually write in with some of the problems that they have.
Yeah.
And I just want to say that I'm looking at women
Mm-hmm.
where you have 5, 6 children.
Yes.
But we will get back to that. Hold that thought.
Yes.
We have to go on a commercial break. We'll be right back.
Sure.
Close, must be close. That is brilliant. You carry, it does carry. God, ran out of patience. Putting his team in full control, you can see he's passionate. Carlos Brathwaite! Carlos Brathwaite! Remember the name!
Welcome back, guys. So, Sham, as before we went on our break, I was discussing women. That I was using us as example, where you have three kids before, and you come and you go into this relationship with two kids. One of the questions that I had on my email, I was to actually print it out from a young lady stating that she has some challenges with her kids. Now I know that we are not in this part, but I just want to get this in and hear your advice or what will you tell her. So she have these kids, but they are different dads, and it's hard for her as a single parent actually getting involved in a relationship. Um, what will you what will you say to that John Doe on how she move forward? Because to me, as I said before, you will meet somebody and that person supporting you with these kids.
Yeah.
But then, yes, they find pleasure in abusing the situation, as I say, or yourself. And we know in words, it have so many of different kind of abuse.
Yeah.
Now, how would she come out of that? Because I mean, she's a woman,
Is she in
and
an abusive situation now?
yes, she is in an
So,
abusive situation
okay.
now. But the thing is, she don't have any kids with this guy.
Mm,
But he take care of her five kids.
yeah.
She have no kids with him, so she don't work. He bring in
Right.
the income, but yet she have to go into this, and
Yeah.
she really need to get out of this. But how could we advise her on how to move forward? How you
Right.
tell somebody to give up what it is you're getting for nothing? I will say that, because I mean you have somebody taking care of all your financial needs, your
Yes.
home, your kids that is not his, and but yet you have to go through these things in front of your kids. And I'm piggybacking on a video I saw on Facebook, I think about 3 days ago, with a young man came in, and he was saying that the stepfather have been abusive to the mother since he was 11, and it had some trend where he hit him and whatever. So I'm saying I'm trying to let women as well as men, because men is in almost the same situation as a woman. We always say woman, woman, but men go through the same thing too. As an individual, how do you walk away from that? Because as I
Yeah.
say, you're leaving something for nothing.
Yeah.
You're not sure you're going to get help out there.
You have to set priorities. Doctors, if they have to treat a lot of patients, they set priorities. And the thing that determines who they're going to deal with first, or the kind of treatment they're going to apply, depends on which is most critical.
Okay.
All right. If there's a life-threatening situation, they're going to divert or channel their resources to deal with that first. So I would use that same approach in this situation. So if you are in a situation that is complex like that, where you have kids, um, but you're in a relationship with someone who is actually taking care of the kids but abusing you in the process. All right. The first thing you have to assess there, um, is this life threatening? Because if it's life threatening, that is the priority.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because if you lose your life, you don't have options.
No. No, you
You
don't.
understand? So the first thing to do is to get out of a life-threatening situation. The commissioner of police says that once you are in a situation, a crime situation, and it is crime since they passed the Domestic Violence Act in 1999, it is a crime. Call 999. There was actually an article some time ago where somebody called 800 SAVE, and they did not. This is how Gary Griffith actually came to talk about it.
Okay.
He said, no, call 999.
Okay.
And I mean, if you don't get through 999, call 482 Gary. It's like, So the thing about it is deal with the most important thing first. You know why?
Yeah.
Because if you get out of the situation, you can deal with a lot of other things. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. I'm not saying it's going to be easy because there's a whole lot of protocols that you need to follow in terms of ensuring that your life is preserved, and not just your life, but the life of
Yeah,
your
kids.
kids.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
Deal with what you're going to do to 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 take care of your kids. Deal with that afterwards, right? You may have to go and do a course. You may have to look at opportunities. You might have to start a little cottage industry, whatever it is. But there will be options so long as you have life.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
preserving life is the most important thing. Yeah.
Okay.
And I always think people should look at those type of situations that way. Don't stay in it because of the kids. If you
Yeah.
stay in it
Yeah.
because of the kids and you end up getting killed in the process, what's going to happen to the kids?
What's going to happen to the kids? They
You
are
know?
going to be motherless.
Yes, and
You
and
know.
and it's what people really need to learn to do is to divorce themselves from the emotions of the situation and look at it clinically, objectively. Look at it for what it is and what needs to be done and
Because
do it.
I know, I mean, long time ago,
Yeah.
and I had to say long time ago because that have been a while,
Yeah.
that, you know, your parents stay in a relationship because of the kids.
Yeah.
You know, those old people like my grandmother and whatever. So sometimes, you know, them, they're looking at their husband, children next door, and they even
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And, you know, they
Yeah.
are in it because of the family.
Yeah.
And I know some of those things is like, you know, my mother didn't do this, so I need to stick with this and see how this go.
Yeah.
And with that saying, I want to ask though, how do you avoid an abusive relationship?
Okay, so be clear first of all on what it is you want in a relationship. All right. I strongly suggest that you if you are in a situation where you're interested in somebody, put that person among people that you care about. You understand? In other words, people who you trust. If you're a woman and you have your friends, your family, and so on, put that person in the presence of those people.
And I tell young
See how
people
he
that,
relates.
yeah,
See how he relates to them, but also for you to get feedback from people you trust.
yeah,
You
yeah,
understand? And put the priority, not just on your own judgment, because
mm-hmm,
your judgment may be a little colored by what you want.
yeah,
Whereas
yeah,
other people, the people who are close to you, who love you and care for
mm-hmm,
you, and people you can trust, they will have a more objective way of
yeah. They
assessing the
look at
person.
assess
Yeah,
and yeah,
yeah,
I understand
yeah,
that. And I one of the things is I tell a lot of young people,
yeah.
um, including my kids, I advise them don't play games. You know, sometimes I think that is a part of it as well.
Yeah.
Sometimes you reach home and just, you know, where's the scene, girl? What you doing, boy? And you hit and you play and you jump and you do all sort of things. But then to me now, I might come home in a bad mood.
Mm-hmm.
And then you come with the hitting, or you know, you just have your problems, you're not into that. And then you lash out.
Mm-hmm. Listen,
And I
from the
think that is
time,
that is a part of it as well. You see that hitting
yeah, don't
in,
those are red flags waving in your face.
yeah,
When you see that, that is a big red flag not to go forward. The
yeah,
moment somebody expresses any kind of violence, not just physical violence, but emotional violence, psychological violence, anytime somebody tries to intimidate you or starts to want to control you, that's a huge red flag. Mash your brakes, put it in reverse, and then mash the
right.
gas and get the hell out of there. Because that is not a situation to go into. I don't care what it is you need, what it is you feel you can get from that person, it will never work out.
So let me ask the next question. Is there a connection between culture and abuse? Self relationship?
Yes, let me tell you something. Domestic violence is as old as human history, and different cultures have um, promoted it or prevented it based on the culture.
I don't understand.
Okay, So there are some cultures that tend to facilitate domestic violence
Okay.
by what it promotes.
Okay.
Okay, so we have a culture that, and when I say culture, culture is multifaceted. But I'll give you a simple example. A lot of the music that the young people are listening to
Oh,
now
Lord,
is
Lord.
debasing to women. Is debasing to women, and it is highly sexual but highly disrespectful. Now, if you listen to that music and you're associating with people who are glorifying that music and so on, what is going to be getting into your head? You are adopting those thoughts and so on, and you begin to think this is the way I ought to be, where you become really just an object, a sexual object of a man. So, I mean, if you have that as part of your culture, that's actually promoting an environment for domestic violence. But we don't make the connection. We might go and have a good time and
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah.
is what happens in our head and how it plays out in
The gunplay
situations.
and the bam bam and the
Yeah,
jam jam
yeah.
and
It's
and
like, I
you
mean,
know.
you don't want me to get too realistic on that, but the thing about it is there's a lot of things right in our faces that we ignore and we celebrate,
Yeah.
and we don't recognize the damage it's doing to our society. The people making money off of it.
So so I have a question I want to ask. I think this is a whole
That
new
sounded a little
show.
provocative there. Well, I'm very interested in hearing this one.
But let me ask this. And let me I want to ask this. Is sex love? No, I
No.
know it's a bombshell, but
No, I could
I,
just answer
I,
that
I,
straightforward. No, sex is not love, because sex can happen with you outside of a loving relationship. All right. So sex is not love, and a lot of people don't understand that.
that is what I need to understand.
Yeah, because so for example, men are very driven by sex, by the physical need for sex. Women are very driven by the emotional connection that they associate with sex.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Okay.
So men, listen, men are so skillful that
Yes,
they
yes.
can project the image that the woman wants in terms of a loving connection, in terms of care, in terms of everything that a woman, I mean, players know this, right? Players well know this.
Teach me.
I'm not a player. I'm just
You
saying
get in
players know
trouble.
this.
Yeah.
But the thing about it is a woman will get that, and it gets her quote unquote juices flowing, and she thinks she's getting love.
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
guy is giving that so that he can get the sex. And then when they have sex, she thinks it's love. But for him, it's just sex.
Because I mean, I'm a woman,
Yeah.
and
Really? Wow.
I had to put the little humor in there. But listening to some women, they will say, well, okay, they have their husband, but you don't ever say you love them.
Yeah.
But that only come out when you're having sex.
Yeah, some men are like
So
that.
is it really is?
That's a whole different thing, huh?
A whole
Yeah,
different
yeah,
topic,
because
Shamba. Whole
it
different.
has to do with that has to do with communication and how love is expressed, and everybody does that differently. Yeah, there's a guy who will never say he loves you, but he makes sure you always have what you need. That's his way of telling you he loves
Yeah,
you.
because if a
Yeah,
woman will never say they love as
yeah,
well.
yeah. So
But
yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I think for me, and for others, as I said, ladies or women, I think you telling somebody you love them is a form of they taking advantage. Now,
All right. It's a lot I want to say on that, but it's like,
now we don't have much time,
I know,
but
I know,
just
I
give
know, I
me
know.
one little, say something,
And
coach me.
but that you see that has so much implications.
Because that we talking about trust, and I am telling
Yeah.
you that you, I think for me saying that I love you,
Yeah.
um, you will do whatever you please because you're saying that this woman loved
But
me,
here's the thing.
that is,
The value of I love you has a lot to do with when it's said, right? And when in the growth of the relationship it's said.
yeah.
Saying I love you too early could actually push somebody away because it may be interpreted as, I mean, oh, you could love me, you know me.
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's
I
like you
think
start
that is
thinking
a
about
serious word.
what you really after.
Yeah,
You understand what I'm saying? There are a lot of different implications, and there's a whole lot of interpretations to that kind of situation. That's a whole show in itself. You know?
because as I'm telling
Hint,
you, to
hint.
me, that is a. I don't think a man should know I love him until probably
Yeah.
10 years down the road.
Yeah. You see, if I need you to tell me that you love me, that's an insecurity on my part. My need for you to say that, saying that, hey, you really need to hear that too much.
But
So
we'll talk about that next time because,
Yeah.
as we say, it's a whole different topic.
Yeah.
But I want you to talk to the public, the viewers, women especially, man as well. It's not okay to stay in an abusive relationship. I know we don't have much time.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to know about sex is love and not putting you on the spot. But
Yeah.
tell us something.
I would tell people, look, your first priority should really be to develop your own self so that you can stand on your own feet. You should be independent for your income. You should be independent for your happiness. In other words, you should find all of those things in yourself and by yourself first
Yeah.
before you look to get into any relationship. A lot of people get into relationships for the wrong reasons because they haven't taken the time to build themselves up to the point where they don't need people. Because the best person to love is somebody who doesn't need you.
Yeah.
Because that person is freer to give themselves to you, and meet your needs because they're not in the relationship, because they're needy. So I would say develop yourself, build yourself, your individual person's what needs to develop before you get into any relationship.
So, Sham, if someone needs to get in touch with you, how they do that?
Okay, well, they can call me on 868-484-8985
Okay.
or 868-330-6641, or they can email me at shamdeva@live.com. I believe it's going to be on the screen. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So I just want to say thank you for taking the time and sitting in studio with me and we discussing this.
The pleasure was all mine. I love this.
Stay tuned, viewers, because we will be talking on love and relationships. So, Sham, we just want to thank you for taking the time to be on the Lisa Talk Show. We have to discuss love and relationship again, but in the meantime, stay safe, stay blessed, much love. Until next time.
control. You can see he's passionate. Carlos Brathwaite! Carlos Brathwaite! Remember the name!
Welcome back, viewers, to the Lisa Talk Show. And set with me is this lovely, beautiful black woman, Jillian Henry.
Henry.
Pronounce your name, your
My
first
name is Jillian Henry.
Jillian.
Henry.
Okay, Miss Henry. How are you, honey?
I'm good.
How things? How the kids?
The kids is fine. Everything is going normal
Okay,
as it's supposed
so
to
the
be.
COVID-19, how things working out for you? Well,
It's a little tough, but with the COVID-19, but I could bear it.
you could bear
I
it.
could bear it.
So I know that you are a single mom, if I
Yes, I
should
am.
say so. So how hard it is for you as a single parent coping with this COVID-19 restrictions as well as your kids? Any of them doing homeschool?
Well, my younger kids have not started school as yet.
Okay, so that is how young.
That's 3.
Oh, but the bigger set, yeah.
The bigger set going to school and thing normal, but
So,
they are not with me.
oh, okay, good. So I love your Facebook page with your jewelries. Why jewelries? What is your love for your jewelries?
I found a passion in making jewelries when I started to live at Toko.
Okay.
I moved to
Are
Toko.
you from Togo?
No, I'm not from Toko.
Okay.
So I moved there, and I got a friend of mine who used to make little 1 or 2 chains.
Oh,
And I started to interact
like
with that person.
boyfriend?
Oh, my child father. And I take it up on my own
Okay.
to create different set of jewelries and things. So I went and do a course
Mm-hmm.
in the government program, and after
You are
that
here with
I
us
have been doing my jewelry.
So,
My passion continue building up in me by doing those.
right. So tell me about some of your sets. Tell me about this one.
This one here, that's
Did
a
you
brightness.
get a passion from a boyfriend as well?
No,
Oh, okay.
all these is my style, and the almighty first and my designs and style.
So,
This is called Brighten Up Your Life.
okay. Why brighten up your life?
Why?
Yeah.
After all I have been through, times when you realize here this, nothing is not so bad with you. Things is not bad with you again. So things changing every time, everything changing. So this piece here, it make me smile.
This piece.
It make me feel good inside that I could create this piece. The colors. The colors.
I love the colors.
The colors is all about me.
Okay.
It's all about me in those colors.
Okay.
So
Now I love this one here. Now I know you can't really move much.
Mrs. Africa.
Yes. Okay,
That is Mrs. Africa.
Right, that looks like me.
That is Mrs. Africa.
Okay. Why Mrs. Africa? The reason why I'm asking why, I know everybody creates something and it's a passion behind everything that they do. And I know with these, you have a passion behind each set.
Yes.
So tell me about Mrs. Africa.
Mrs. Africa. It came from my mom,
Okay.
right? And Miss Joy. Miss Joy always used to tell me I look like an African dolly, right?
Oh.
So she
She's a
said
beautiful
she say have a
woman,
gold.
so yes.
They also told me I have a golden color. So that golden color I put in the teeth.
Miss Africa. Okay.
The teeth is my golden color.
That is teeth. That is this thing that
Yes, it's like teeth.
Okay.
right? The yellow and the red, that is my favorite colors,
Okay. Tell
right?
me about this one there.
Which one?
Yellow and black on the stamp.
That is my sunlight.
Okay. Sunlight.
That's my sunlight. Over there, you see in there, that is my freedom chain.
Yes, I wanted to know about the freedom chain. Tell
Freedom
me
chain.
about the freedom chain.
For the past few times in my life, many people have been pulling me and tugging me.
Okay.
They're pulling and tugging. They want you to do this, they want you to do that. And you don't want to do it, but they want to make you do it. And this, when I make
Freedom
this
chain.
freedom chain, it make me free. I burst out to be
Okay.
myself.
Nice.
I know I
Love
don't
that.
need to follow nobody. I don't need to listen to nobody. There's the Almighty and me,
Amen.
and I can be free. And I could
Yes.
do whatever I want to do. I could create
Whatever.
I want to create.
Right.
And nobody can say, if they say they don't like it, that's them. I love it.
That is it. That is it.
I love it.
With no boyfriend. That is the
No
spirit.
boyfriend.
I love that. That
I
is
love
the
it.
spirit, man. So, if I want to put in an order for Miss Africa, but I think I need to get a big Miss Africa, you know.
That's
big.
right.
What do I have to do? How do I order a Miss Africa?
Well, you could contact me on my cell phone number, which is 365-9471. And also you could WhatsApp me and look for me on Facebook, Jillian Henry
Okay.
at gmail.com.
So how long do it take to get to order one of these? Because you have the earrings, I think you have ankle band. You have
Well,
ankle band.
my ankle band sold out.
Okay.
I'm sorry I could not bring it, but my ankle band sold out.
Well, that is a good sign. So is it that if I want to order a set, is it that I source what it is I want to get you to do these earrings and chain and the set? Because I realize they do a whole sets like this yellow and black one there, where you have the beads, you have the ankle, you have the earrings, and you have those stuff. So if I want to have a signature set, then I want to have a set that is me, that is mine, and I want it made in stone. What will be the cost of that? How costly is it?
Well, I have to be able to go into the store, price the beads, price the material to make it, and
Right.
then I will
Give
come
a
back
cost.
give you the cost.
Okay. So let me ask, let us talk, girlfriend talks.
No problem.
With all these things that you're doing, and so
Okay.
much of different things. Are you doing any personal project? Do you have anything that you are involved in?
Well,
What's going on?
the next thing I just do is really hair too. We have weave hair and also do ras,
Okay.
like my natural hair.
Is that your natural hair?
This
or
is my
that
natural hair.
Okay. All right.
Nothing fake.
So you do hair as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
So where are you now? I know last time you was Port of Spain. Now you are back Sando. Are you back into the Southland, or are you still in the Tongland, East, West,
Well,
North,
I'm
South,
in South and I'm in the Tongland too.
in and between?
In and between.
Okay. So how could we help you and assist you? Tell me about Miss Henry.
Tell you about Miss Henry.
Yes, because the thing is, we met on one occasion, I do have to say, and I always look at your jewelry and stuff. But tell me about Miss Henry.
Well,
Who is Miss Henry?
Miss Henry is
It's a beautiful black woman.
a beautiful
Remember
black
that?
woman,
Of course,
yes.
African.
She have a passion for making jewelries, but she also have a backstory.
Okay. Do you want to encourage any woman with your backstory? How you come out of whatever it is,
Don't matter what anyone tell you. Watch me. Just be yourself and do your thing. Because Nobody is not going to do it for you.
Yeah, you're sure
Nobody
right.
is not going to do it for you. If you know you have a passion for something, go out there. Go out there and go forth for it.
Yeah,
Pray and ask the Almighty to guide you. That's what I just do. I just make sure and pray as I start a piece. I just say, Father Lord, guide my hands.
take
And let me
control.
create something that is good in your sight too. Right? But Miss Henry now, going back there. Miss Henry been through a lot. From South, my house broke down. Family broke down the house.
Yeah, you was telling me about that.
Yes.
How is that working out now?
It is not working out too good because after I had my last son, it's Colin Henry, I did surgery for him.
Okay.
And I pushed out so much.
Cesarean.
Yeah. I pushed out so much trying to build that house to see my own cousin came and broke it down. So he take away a good part from me. So I had to move from there, not really move, just come up from the area,
Yeah,
then
sometimes you need
go
to step away from.
down by my father. And push come to shove is my stepmother in my shoes now. So I just have to keep on going. I
You
cannot
have
study
to.
what they want to tell me,
Yeah,
what they want. If they want to control my life, I cannot make no one control my life. Almighty and me
and your kids.
and
You
my
have
kids
to live for your children.
control
Yes,
my
that is
life.
a definite yes. So, give me your views on what's going on now. Well, I don't want to say Trinidad and Tobago alone because I mean we are in the world and it's almost domestic violence against women. What are your views? Give me your views on that.
If you know you're getting abused by someone, it's either you reach out and ask for help, or like me, I get out of it. I found the opportunity to get out from it, and I got out from that.
Yeah. I think God has given us the opportunity as women to come out of it. And we see it all the time, but we don't. For some reason, we always stay in it for whatever. Sometimes it is for the children. But I think at the end of the day, your kids just grow so fast. Sometimes you wonder where the hell they gone, because they just moving like lightning, especially if you are girl children, they develop so much faster than boys.
That's right.
So time you blink, either the daughter married and she gone like mine. Me expecting that, but it happened.
Yeah.
Or the boys, they take the wife and they go on. So you no longer have to live your life really for your children because at the end of the day, they are going to grow and they are going to move on. And then you still in this same said situation that you have been in for donkey years, that it's not moving, it's not going, nothing is not happening. I know we had some conversation via the phone, and I just want to tell you as a woman as well, and being a single parent, in everything that we are doing, we need to put God first.
That's right.
Because see about sometimes the nick of times you see like there is no hope. And then bam, he just show himself because he could show up. Yeah, now he does show up and show up when you're ready, yeah? That is the man we serve. He show up, he show up. So you always have to keep that focus, keep grounding in what it is you want to do, continue with making your lovely jewelry, and it have a lot of other pieces that I want to touch on before we go on a break and when we come from break. So it have, I'm not seeing, it have this nice red one. I think it's this one here. Tell me about this one. This, can I hold it?
Yes, you can hold it. You can hold it.
Oh my God. Yes. Oh, I love this piece. This looks nice. Tell me about this piece.
It's a
What
fiery
is
piece.
this here? What is this?
Well, for me, it's about a fiery, it's about a heat.
Okay.
the heat in the chain. The red represents the heat, the fire,
Mm.
right?
And this little button here, this is what?
Well, I got
Like a pendant. So
that
what is the
pendant.
cost? What is the purpose of this here?
Well,
What
that
is the pendant?
pendant, I got it from a best friend.
Okay.
You will see it in the next chain too. I got it from a best friend and I didn't want to waste it. So I had it there and I used it to create something with that. So
Okay.
it wouldn't be standing there.
So we have this, and I think we also have
And
these
that's
lovely earrings.
a 3-strand earring.
Yes, I love these. Okay, this is a what? What you
A
call
3-strand
this?
earring. A basic 3-strand earring.
Okay.
And that chain is a linked chain.
So you have no anchor band for these.
No, but I could also make.
So if I want to buy this, what is the cost of this chain?
This chain is $100 because of you have the earring and the chain.
Okay,
But this piece here will be $125.
nice that piece here because it have the anchor bands. Okay, so I want to, oh my God, I have so much that I want to touch on. Let me see this one there.
This one?
Yes. I love this one here. Oh, okay, so this one is almost, okay, so this is the anchor band here. Oh my God, what I do? I burst it?
No. I unhook it so it will come around the
Right, so
presentation.
then we have the same presentation like the red and white here as well, right? So, okay, so let's back this one.
So we have the pearls.
Let me see the freedom, the one what that you said it's right. So why it's together? Is it that the two goes together or
No.
it's two different? Okay, it's two different sheets.
It's 2 different chain with almost the same meaning.
Is it these have earring as well? I like
No, I could make earrings for those.
this. Okay.
I could make earrings for these.
So Miss Henry, these I would like to have one of these.
Okay.
Right? We don't have any earring, and of course I want to order the African
Okay.
princess one as well. So I just want to thank you for being here. Anybody would like to order these, they could contact me as well personally. I think I will have a few pieces to sell at a reasonable cost anyway. So again, thank you. You could look on for these jewelries on our talk show page, as well as our website. You can contact Miss Henry at, what's your number?
365-9471.
Right. So again, I just want to thank you for being here. We'll continue to touch base. May God bless, stay safe, and look forward to having you back on the show again.
Okay, thank you.
Right? Okay.